Hey there, YouTube. What's up? This is Fragments of Memory, your friendly neighborhood armchair philosopher. I did a video called Men Aren't Allowed to Be Vulnerable, and I went through the ways in which men are not allowed to be vulnerable. We're not allowed to cry. We're not allowed to show any emotion. We're not allowed to emote at all. Where a lot of times men have to take on this gruff and sometimes heartless, cold-blooded exterior because we can be taken advantage of by showing the vulnerable side, one, and two, by showing some vulnerability, we open ourselves up to some form of scrutiny. We open ourselves up to be called suspect, soft, tender, sensitive, and of course the ever popular bitch made. And unfortunately, and I went into those things and I got a comment, and the comment basically said that black men are complaining about hypermasculinity when they themselves created the culture, because men in general create culture and women either facilitate it or follow thereafter. Now, here's where I'm going to respectfully disagree with that comment, and that is that black men did not create a hypermasculine culture. That culture was already there when basically we got here. Now, I'm 37. I was born in 1980, so for the most part, I was taught, hey, be kind, be gentle, blah, 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 blah. But when you go out into the world, when you go out amongst people in society, the people in society tell you, don't be weak, don't be bitch made. And sometimes that is often co-signed by women. Now, did they create it? Obviously not. I'm not blaming them. But I am saying that we all played a part. We all play a part in that. To quote the prince from William Shakespeare's play Romeo and Juliet, he said, all are punished. So we're all punished in the sense that we all can take a little bit of blame for this. Or just that we're born into a system and systems don't change overnight. It takes time to sort of change a system. You don't change the system like that. It doesn't happen. Never has, never will. Most of the time, it was when you find a big fallout in a system, the seeds were being sown back here, but now the seeds have grown and expanded at this point. So the seed got planted back here, the watering and the cultivation over here and here and here. So what do I say about all that? I didn't create it, but it doesn't mean I have to co-sign it either. So I defy that. I refuse to be pigeonholed. If I'm going to be called soft and bitch made, so be it. The very people that lodge the complaints against me, they don't pay my bills, nor will they be a conduit for me to ascend to God, nor do they have a hell to cast me into. I've already put myself in a mental hell by worrying about what the other person thinks. That's a whole other ball of wax and another subject for another video. But ultimately, if you feel that being hypermasculine is something that's destructive, like they say in the movie, let it go. Just let it go. Just totally let it go. You know why? Because in the end, you're only stuck with you. Now, yes, should we do things to better our society? Should we do things to better our culture and the surrounding world and the world that surrounds us? Sure. But don't become a prisoner of someone else's expectations. Because ultimately, we're all human. We all bleed. We piss. We shit, excuse my French. And we get hungry. We get horny. All of that. So at the end of the day, the person you have to deal with ultimately is yourself. Forget about the court of personality or the court of public opinion. Think of the court of you. The court of you. So we need people, we need society, but don't get so hung up on the opinions of other people, because ultimately they're people too. When you sat down on the toilet and dropped a deuce, they did too. When you looked at someone and felt exciting tingles go through your body, especially your nether realm, they did too. Let's not get caught up in that. So, did men create hypermasculinity? No. Have we co-signed it in a way? Yes. Have women co-signed it in a way? Yes. But at this point, you have to be you, good or bad. You have to let your truth be spoken. You have to let your truth be spoken. You know? You have to acknowledge that you're a person, but so the ones criticizing you are people too. The people that criticize you are no angels. Neither are you, and neither am I. And as I'm like making this video, as I'm saying it to you, as I'm speaking to you, as I'm talking to you, I'm telling you, but I'm telling me too. Let me just put that out there. So this isn't me on some holy plateau preaching a sermon and you thou shalt. It's me just going, I'm reflecting. I'm sort of reflecting on something that was told to me, and at the same time, I'm reflecting on what it means to be a man and what it means to just be myself in this world, in this crazy place. You know? I mean, that's just how I look at it. I'm not here to try to pontificate some beautiful homily. No. I'm here going, hey, you know what? I got some issues in my life too. I got some demons. I got some baggage. I've been damaged too, as we all have on some level. So that's all, man. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that men just created this hyper masculine culture out of thin air? Because ultimately, culture does not exist in a vacuum. No one created culture in a vacuum. Culture, as I see it, is a response to the environment in which you're in and the circumstances which have come upon you. Hence why the French eat snails versus steak, like we do. Hence why the Chinese diet may be more veggie and fish based, or the Asian diet, let me clarify, than meat and potatoes, like an American, you know? So let me know what you think, man. Be easy like Sunday morning and take care. Peace.